Hi guys, as an old X-T4 user, here's my 5 reasons not to switch to new Fuji X-H2S. So first reason is the new CFexpress Type B cards. I don't have any CFexpress cards, maybe you do, but if you are like me, if you use Fuji X-T4, X-T3 or another Canon, Sony brand cameras, you may have just the old type SD cards with UHS-2 like V60, V90 speeds. They still work in the new X-H2S, but you can only record H.265 and RAW photos, of course. But if you need a faster thing, for example, one of the reasons why I bought this camera is the ProRes recording and 6.2K recording. I believe you can still record 6.2K H.265 files, but if you want to record ProRes, which is one of the reasons, again, I bought this camera and probably because you bought it too, then you will require new CFexpress Type B cards, and they come with a price tag. They are quite expensive, a lot more expensive than normal SD cards. I'm gonna make another video about that because I'm researching on internet. I'm gonna buy one or two cards soon, and when I get my camera I will try. By the way, some of the cards may not write the highest quality ProRes. Fuji had a website, you can check that out, I'll give the link down below. So what if we could record directly from USB-C to an USB-C SSD? Blackmagic pocket cameras can do this. Maybe Fuji will release an update, just suggesting, if they could possibly, we would like that, because then we could use some portable SSDs to record our videos. For photographers, I think it's fine. If they really need that 40 frames burst mode, they would get Pro CFexpress cards. Otherwise, they could use SD cards as well. So another downside about this SD card and CFexpress slot is, in my X-T4, for example, I use 2 identical SD cards to backup photos or videos. Doesn't matter. In this new camera, X-H2S, of course I can still backup, but not the same files if I am recording ProRes. But I think it's a videographer's dilemma. If you're shooting photos, you will be fine probably, both recording to CFexpress and SD. The second one is very controversial and my subjective opinion. The new Fuji X-H2S has a PASM dial, which we know from Sony, Canon, Nikon machines. But the old Fujifilm X-T4, X-T3, old Fuji cameras have their distinct look. And they look like an old DSLR camera, right? They have separate dials for shutter speed, ISO, compensation. I love how it looks, how it makes me feel. But I agree that it looks like a photography machine, and as a videographer, maybe in use, the new PSAM would be nicer, because it has 7 different modes that I can switch to very fastly. In this one, I need to change things, change the shutter, change the ISO. Now, of course, we can make it digitally as well, but still, they work differently. By the way, I have an idea. Maybe Fuji thinks that they're gonna but they will differentiate the cameras, like XT series are more photography oriented and XH series are more video oriented. Maybe. We'll see when the X-T5 comes out. Right now the X-H2S is the video king, that records ProRes, has better autofocus. You know, you've seen my video, right? That was my second point. I still like the Fujifilm X-T4 look more than the X-H2S. So this one is X-H2S. S stands for speed. And rumor has it there will be a non-S version with non-stacked worse sensor actually, but it may be enough for you. For example, I want this ProRes 6.2K recording, but maybe you don't need it. Or maybe some photographer needs 40 frames burst mode, but I don't need it, you don't need it. Then you may go to a cheaper version of the X-H2S, and that will be X-H2, and it will be cheaper, of course. Also, what about X-T5? X-T4 is still a brilliant camera and brilliant video camera as well. What about X-T5? Will it have the same sensor as X-H2 or 2S? Stacked, non-stacked? We'll see. As I said, I believe they will continue X-T series like photo cameras, X-H2 as X-H3 and newer models as the powerhouses, like the fastest camera ever made, fastest video recording, more bitrate, better quality. This is just what I believe, but we'll see in the future. But if you don't really require those specifications, you may wait for a cheaper version, more suited for you. By the way, megapixels, megapixels. X-H2 has 26 megapixel sensor, but the X-H2, the normal version, slower, worse version, will have 40 megapixels sensor. Rumor has it, I don't know, but we'll see in the future. So if you require more resolution, more pixels for photography, then you may go to the X-H2. I say worse sensor, but it's, let's say, less advanced sensor. It's quite good again. It's probably a lot better than X-T4, but it will not be back illuminated and stacked, these newer technologies. But because of these, maybe it will be a lot cheaper because it's quite easier to make. There's a chip crisis in the world, you know, so we'll see. So I've been talking to the camera and I don't remember, is this the 4th or 5th? But I couldn't think of anything more. If you have any more downsides for not to buy this camera, you can write them down below. We can talk about it. Also, when I get my camera, which will be in 15 days, I guess, when my camera arrives to Turkey, I will make a detailed review of it. So if you want to learn more about it, or if you need me to check something, just write down and I will take a look and I will make another videos about it. So that's it, I guess. See you in another video. Bye.